The second recommendation that I just wanted to highlight as well as important is how women need to be, they are an important part of peacekeeping and how their numbers need to increase. And in particular, the way to do this is through change in policy in the Defense Department in terms of encouraging them to change policies to deploy women to multilateral operations. And women are underrepresented in general in the senior leadership and in peacekeeping operations, representing about 4% of the total uniformed personnel. And of course, this is dependent upon troop contributing countries, and these numbers are low in troop contributing countries. The US is quite high in terms of 13 to 14% of its armed forces having women, but this is still low in terms of thinking about having to get the overall numbers of women peacekeeping increase. But there are barriers that women face in peacekeeping. I was happy to hear what Tori talked about in terms of bringing in women from foreign police units, but there's still certain barriers in terms of career progress. Women as well as men face problems in terms of their career progression if they choose to take up these multilateral assignments, and I think this is well addressed in the chapter. But women and men have to take up time from their assignments, from educational opportunities, from professional development, and they face career track obstacles if they choose to take these multilateral assignments. Many do and are to be commended for it, but we need to make it easier to embrace upon and encourage those who want to get into that track. Ultimately, the Defense Department needs to create incentives for U.S. women to serve in the United Nations at all levels. And why is this important? Well, there are many added values that women have in peacekeeping, which was highlighted well in the chapters in the report. They have a positive impact on the security of the local population, as was demonstrated in Liberia, the UN mission in Liberia. Women held senior positions as the special representative to the Secretary General. There were all women battalions from Ghana and Nigeria, and the famous all-women Indian police unit, foreign police unit. Women locally in peacekeeping encourage women to join their security sector, and thereby these institutions become more transparent and more representative. And in that increasing transparency, they also decrease rates of corruption. So in general, there's a long-term benefit that women show by example. Women are also able here to counter traditional views that discriminate and marginalize against women. In Liberia as well, with 4 rotations of the foreign police unit, it led to the erosion of some of the harmful practices on the ground, such as child marriage, polygamy, and prostitution. Women peacekeepers also increased the capacity to prevent and respond to sexual and gender-based violence. In 2009, the UN highlighted this directly, that women participating in peacekeeping contributed to this in 2 direct ways, either improving prevention through security, so this would be like night patrols for female police units, or improving the response of women in terms of reporting gender-based violence, which we saw in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Liberia. I mean, in conclusion, on this particular point, the U.S. really must embrace, improve, and increase female participation in UN peacekeeping, which has been successful in other countries. One model to think about is South Africa, that in 2006 undertook an internal study and in its internal military review, identified a lot of women who were interested and ready to serve in UN Department of Peacekeeping. And this led to a new policy supporting the inclusion of women. And today, that country boasts one of the highest ratios of women to men in the UN. And I think the United States needs to follow that example.